Your goal as an animator will almost always be to create something that looks as realistic as possible. And the stakes are high as your audience has come to expect an almost photorealistic quality to your work. Viewers no longer turn a smile at just any computer-generated effort. No, these days they're looking for pretty much realism at its best. And in order to create the level of believability that'll turn heads, you need to do a couple things. First, you got to get to know your software of choice inside and out. You never want it to be the software or your ability to use the software to be what holds you back. The second thing you got to do is attempt to use a reference of some kind with whatever you're doing. Modeling, materials, lighting a scene, animating a character, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you most always will do a better job if you have a reference to compare to or against. So if you're modeling, find a real-world example that looks just like what you're trying to make, or at least a picture of that object. If you're applying a skin to a surface that looks like, let's say, old rusty metal, get your camera and guess what? Take a picture of something that has a similar type surface. It's not too hard to find things that are beat up, no matter where you live. If you're trying to light a scene a certain way, pull out something like an architectural digest, or better yet, open your eyes and study your surrounds at the desired time of day. If you can light a computer scene as well as the world you live in, chances are it's going to look pretty darn good. And when getting down to animating, again, the world's your best reference. And a setup with a TV and a hard drive, a DVR in other words, can be indispensable in you grabbing footage of whatever you need. Sporting events, nature shows, it's all just a channel change away. So get those references. Real-world objects, photographs, sketches, videotape, it doesn't matter. They're all terrific and indispensable when wanting something that you can work towards or to compare to. If you have a character, for an example, running through your 3D scene, grab a video camera and shoot someone running across the field or playground. Wouldn't that be a perfect reference to build off of? Or maybe that character's cracking a smile. How about using you as a reference? Grab a mirror and put a little bit of you in that character. You know how to smile, right? And even if the reference you use isn't perfect, it still makes for a better guide than nothing at all. So grab what you can get your hands on and get what you can out of it. You'll always do a better job using a reference to complete your work. Oh, and one more thing, don't ever think that using a reference as a point of comparison is cheating. No, it's working smart. Don't artists paint from what they see? Don't musicians many times play from what they hear? You as an animator are no different. If you're going to get paid to recreate the world you live in to the best of your ability, why not use that world as your reference? Ever heard the saying, work smarter, not harder?